How, in the world, do you expect to handle these kinds of volleys? If all you have ever been taught and have ever learned about volleys is how to do this, the contrived drills which you see being performed here have very little to do with the real volleys. Such staged productions is a sure recipe for never learning how to volley, never learning to approach the net, and never feeling comfortable or sufficiently secure once you are there. You can practice this type of strokes till you are blue in the face. You can even get very good at it. These exercises will not prepare you for the volleys which you'll have to deal with in the so-called real life. You will get nothing of practical value out of it. First of all, the real-life volleys will most likely have to be struck from below the net and not from above.
.38. Just keeps going along. Look at this. This is like shot. I mean, Krajinovic.
To be able to execute these two strokes would require two completely different, not only skill sets, but what is even more important, the mindsets as well. Second, the goal of these real volleys would not be to put the ball away with a single stroke, but rather to direct it safely into a narrow corridor, slightly above the net, to have the ball dip below the net cord, and to force your opponent to do the same. Third, the so-called pop, which is often mentioned in the context of the volleys, is the product of the intensity of the collision between the ball and the racket. This intensity will depend mainly on the speed of the incoming ball, not the speed you move your racket with. The only way you'll be able to move your racket fast enough to put the pop in your volley would be something like this. But then, technically this would be a smash. and not a volley.
Strengthens his grip on this final.
He knows Anderson doesn't really like to lob or is very adept at it. And he's just right on top of the net.
And fourth, the volleys should always be practiced as a deflection for a simple practical reason, because the circumstances which most of these strokes will usually be performed under in real life leave very little time to do anything else consistently well.
He's continuing to roll. Patrick McEnroe, Darren Cahill here. Remember the center court, and
The ball can be deflected while you are standing still.
the touch, the feel.
Or it can be deflected on the dead run.
Obviously helping Chris. Wawrinka's got the lead, but what I like about what he's doing is he's sticking with his game plan.
In either case, the deflection should simply be the default state of mind. Such conscious commitment on the part of the player, which is formulated in his head ahead of time, helps to curb the player's desire or temptation to punch or to strike the ball.
Solid drop volley.
Attempting to punch,
Reminding you of the numbers, John. 12 for
to
20.
poke,
That's where you got to make him earn it.
or to strike the volley will always be a risky proposition, regardless of how good you are or how much you practice.
That's going to be 2 feet wide, that ball.
3 pieces of luck for Anderson in that point.
He had the Lucky Charm in his pocket on that second serve miss hit.
Just ask those who should know better.
Oh, he missed it. Can you believe it? Nice job to get inside the top 200, and now he just...
Seppi and Wawrinka.
I thought that ball for sure thought he had that point one.
That is